The AIBC pitch is back, and so is the stellar cast of judges that will choose this year's winner. 𝐬𝐫𝐚𝐳𝐢𝐴, Head of Web3 at 𝐂𝐿𝐴. 𝐻𝐵C, CEO, Tomorrowers Capital. 𝐺𝐿𝐴, Board Member, Revenue Capital, LLC. 𝐳𝐸𝐷 Chief Investment Officer, Shisha Finance. Karan Gandhi, Senior Investment Associate, Cypher Capital. 𝐂𝐫𝐚𝐳𝐢𝐴, CEO, Blockchain for All. Good luck to all participants and let the pitches begin.
AIBC Dubai, I hope you've been excited for this. It is always so great to celebrate new startups in the space. We have an incredible panel who are going to be making the decision as your judges. But don't forget, you are all judges in your own right. So please listen closely to the startup pitches and evaluate. Who do you like? Who do you want to win? I mean, there can only be one winner, and that is going to be decided by our judges. But it's important for you to understand what projects you see having potential. Can you collaborate with them? Can you work with some of our startup projects? It's so important in this space to always innovate, to always work with other people. So listen to these projects and really understand if you could be a part of their creation, of where they want to be in this space. So, thank you all for being here. Thank you for not leaving or running off when you heard it wasn't another panel discussion. But now it's time to introduce our amazing judges. So, I'm first going to invite to stage 𝐬𝐫𝐚𝐳𝐢𝐴, the head of Web3 at 𝐵RINC-MENA.
The AIBC pitch is back, and so is the stellar cast of judges that will choose this year's winner. 𝐬𝐫𝐚𝐳𝐢𝐴, Head of Web3 at 𝐵RINC-MENA. 𝐻𝐵C, CEO, Tomorrowers Capital.
Adrian is not joining us, so
𝐺𝐿𝐴
is up
Revenue
next.
Capital, LLC. 𝐳𝐸𝐷
Yeah, that's what we need. A round of applause for everyone, all of our judges. Saeed is not joining us.
Karan Gandhi,
We have Karan
Senior
Gandhi.
Investment Associate,
Please come to
Cypher
stage.
𝐂𝐫𝐚𝐳𝐢𝐴, CEO,
And 𝐂𝐫𝐚𝐳𝐢𝐴.
Blockchain for All. Good
Yeah,
luck,
a big
all
round of applause
participants.
for our
Let the pitches
judges.
begin.
We would not be able to host this amazing startup pitch without some incredible judges on stage. They are going to be sat here deliberating away. They're going to be questioning to themselves who has the best pitch. Each startup is going to have 3 minutes to present to all of you and then have to deal with 5 minutes of Q&A from our judges. I don't know about you, but 5 minutes in front of these guys could scare off anyone. So best of luck to our startups. Okay, so let's start off proceedings with our first startup. This is Mobify from the Netherlands, and they are offering mobility services to consumers and gamifying the experience. So you have 3 minutes. Take it away.
Hey everyone. This is Alex. So he owns a car and wants to enjoy life like most of us. Also keep the cost low and stay as sustainable as possible. And this is Bob. He owns a local car wash business which uses less water and offer on-site service at home. He wants to promote his business, but marketing is too expensive. Nobody knows about it. So why not Alex actually using or trying more sustainable mobility services and save some money? For example, using Bob's service. The reality is most sustainable mobility services are very expensive or more expensive, and there's no such platform exists for people to choose the good ones. So Mobify offers a platform that connects users and small businesses to offer cheap and sustainable mobility services. To make things work, we have twofold. The first one is Mobify offered services. For example, like parking, public transport, charging, etc., which has complicated integration that we have to do with the government or infrastructure provider. And there are also third-party offerings. For example, the car wash business, or the car maintenance, or even taxi services, or even a restaurant in the national park that you're going to take your family to spend the weekend with. It's not like a Google Maps search. Using our app, they will be able to get a service directly inside the app and enjoy the service offline in person, and the payment is automatically done by us. So the app is ready to be downloaded, and currently we offer parking services via our government partner and infrastructure partners in the UK, Netherlands, and Belgium. So the most important thing, why Web3? The whole platform is built on Web3. So the moment the user set up their account in our app, they will become a crypto user without even knowing it. So we have turned 80% of our users, which is non-crypto at all. They don't know what is crypto. And now they are actually owning NFT and using cryptocurrencies. They can also buy and even sell their stuff on the marketplace. I'll give you an example. For example, you purchased an airport parking subscription for your travel plans. You're going to park your car there for a few days. But your plan changed, right? So what are you going to do with this?
Mobify, your time is up. So sorry, you only have 3 minutes to present, so the time is up on the screen. The time is finished. But don't worry, you still have questions from our judges. So judges, sure. Jimmy?
Yes. Why does your product need to have digital assets, NFTs, or any crypto in it at all? Isn't it possible to do this without any blockchain or NFT usage?
Yeah, I was about to talk about that. The timing, I didn't really see it. But let me try to explain. So the benefits that Web3 platform provides is two things, right? So firstly, we profoundly extend the valuation chain of the digital assets in users' hands. So like I explained, the parking subscription, if you don't need it anymore, you can sell to others. But today, you cannot do anything with it. You buy it, you change your plan, it's gone, right? So like it's expired. So the second thing is we compare to other platforms, like Uber or other shopping online services platform, we vastly reduce the platform fees because we have the cryptocurrency payments and also the smart contract automation. So we don't charge a lot of platform fees, which benefits both the business owner and also the end user. So they save a lot of money.
Yeah, thanks for the pitch. Jeremy's got a point. Like, I don't see the point of having blockchain in this. You could make a Web 2 platform and solve that problem and make it work, because your users don't really care about blockchain, but they care about a parking space, correct? And end of the day, what's the sustainable element in this? You mentioned sustainable parking.
Yes. I'll give you an example. So we have a gamification inside, which we incentivize users to use more sustainable services. Giving the parking as an example, so you have on-street parking, especially in Europe, and also you have indoor parking. So the indoor parking we're using is actually those idle parking from companies, governments, etc. It's like empty there. So we leverage that. It's cheaper. And if people park directly inside the indoor garage, they don't need to cruise on the street looking for a parking spot in the city center, which actually produce less CO2s. So we consider this is a sustainable
But is it
solution.
a genuine problem that consumers face today?
is a general problem.
Is it a problem that retail or people who park face it today?
Yeah, people sometimes don't realize, right? Like I don't know how many people are still driving a gasoline car. They want to enjoy the life. That's the most important thing. But we have some options now they can choose. Previously, they don't even know. People just go to whatever, they park on the street and block the traffic, looking for parking spots. That's what we bring.
Just last question from my side. What's your ARPU, like average revenue per user right now? And what's the business model? Is it transactional based percentage or is it usage based?
Average revenue per user?
Yeah.
Yeah, so currently every active paying user, they spend about 50 to 100 euro with us per month. Depends on how often they park their car. Of course, later we have other services, right? So our business model is two things. One thing is mobility service fee, like the traditional one, but also we have the digital assets trading part. So people can actually buy and sell the digital asset, which is an NFT actually. So we will take the royalty fees automatically. That's how we actually make money.
Thank you.
A quick one. What's a usage traction? Basically, what's historically looking, how the usage of your platform being measured by every additional user being added to it. How does it look historically? So where are you now when it comes to the user base? Where are you going to be in the next few months?
Yeah,
and basically, how do you gain traction and how do you plan to gain it in the future?
Very good question. So as an early startup, we do have the challenge of user acquisition, and that's probably the most difficult thing. So currently, we haven't done any marketing, etc. It's all based on user referral, because as long as the user that you download our app start to use it, they never go away. That's why they refer their friends. So we have a relatively slow user growth. You can see we don't have like 10,000 users, but we do have the plan to do more aggressive marketing and referral program to get users in. So I cannot really tell the number now, but the promotion will start somewhere.
Okay, we have 20 seconds left.
Yeah, I think everyone asked great questions. If I can just understand more about you and your founders, like what your previous experience is.
Oh yeah, that's also slides I didn't present. So I'm originally an advisor, CTO advisor of 𝐂𝐿, so the Royal Dutch Shell, and also my co-founder is from European Space Agency, so a very experienced technologist.
That was the ding, so the timing is up. Thank you so much, Mobify. Huge round of applause for Mobify, please. Something we're going to need, and I'm going to have to run across the stage, is we need a pen for one of our judges.
2 pens.
Wonderful.
We need 2 pens, please. 2.
Oh, 2 pens. Okay, let's grab them. One. 2. Is Luke? Yes, they are. We are going for Luke. Wonderful. Technical difficulty there. Issue with pens. Okay, I have one here. Double check it's working. I can always do another. The judges are being very demanding, aren't you, judges? Only joking. Okay, so we're moving on to our next startup pitch. This is going to be by Lumiere, a company based in Hong Kong, and they are testing the impact of IP before production. So Lumiere, please take it away.
Thank you very much. Are you hot today?
Woo!
Woo! First thing I would like to say is thank you very much to AIBC. Thank you very much to 𝐬𝐤. Thank you very much to the judges. I know it's already started, because without all this, I wouldn't have the opportunity today to introduce you to this phenomenal journey into cinema. Lumiere is about cinema. It's the meta-market solution for entertainment. What is a meta-market? We coined the terms. We coined the terms because we are coming from that industry. We're coming from cinema, 20 plus years in this. I wrote a book about this. Why? Because we have a real problem. 80% of the people who invest in this industry lose money, which means 90% of the people who are trying to get into making this working, i.e. producers, can't find the money, which means audiences can't find sometimes the content they want. I've heard a lot of criticism about Netflix recently. What do? We tilt the thing upside down. To put it simply, this is our entire diagram, but traditionally you throw 10 million at a movie and you pray and hope it's going to make its money back and more. That's it. That's the way it works. We're going to laugh about this in a few years because what we do the opposite. We take 100,000, we test the movie, we engage audiences, we create ambassadors, they promote the movie, they raise the money, and all of a sudden you alleviate the risk of a flop, or otherwise you don't make the film. Does it work? Hell yes, it works. We've done it 4 times. We did it with Papicha back in 2019, and we literally contributed to lift 2 unknown filmmakers into stardom today. They are backed by Canal Plus now, nomination to the Oscars. I know some of you have probably watched them yesterday. Did we stop there? No, Meta Market. We launched it in Cannes last year. We managed to finance the film. We built a strong community, and we won an award in Europe just 2 weeks ago. We have a pipeline of 10 more projects. On demand, we can talk to you about it. Strong partners, including Sandbox, Decentraland, Meta 12, a Chinese metaverse, because we believe in a multiverse environment. Animoca Brands is backing us, and Rolling Stone. We're scaling up. We're closing around with Animoca. Right now, we need $300,000, ladies and gentlemen, and $3 million in 24 months. We're happy to talk to you about it. We've got a great team, diverse, motivated, 15 languages between the 7 of us. We're based in Hong Kong. We've completed successfully all our milestones up to now, and we're scaling up, and we're building a multiverse. We're setting up and releasing a coin between the end of this year and early next year, when hopefully the markets will allow us to do that. If you want to join us in this journey, ladies and gentlemen, come with us, ask questions.
Lumiere, that was speedy. You've done it just before our time is up now. So yeah, round of applause for Lumiere. Thank you so much. And now, judges, it's time for your questions.
Sure. So I was a lawyer for a long time in Hollywood in the entertainment and digital media space. And with motion picture financing, it seems like you're trying to present a solution to the financing part of it for the production and marketing budgets. But are you providing distribution? Because movies cannot make money even if you have the financing unless you have distribution through some vehicles such as theatrical distribution in movie theaters, streaming. What does your product plan provide distribution for the films that are financed through this?
Okay, we focus on what we've done, like I studied in a bank. So I focus on financing, production. Distribution is hybrid at the moment. As you know, there's not a real blockchain breakthrough. Theta Network is probably one of the closest you can find. The studios are working on it. We're partners to this. Now, the beauty of working in blockchain is you can plug in what we're doing into a distribution model, whether it is the old Web 1 model, which is basically the studios, or the Web 2 model, which is Netflix or Amazon, or the next model that they are going to build. We're not building this.
Do you have distribution partners and channels now?
At the moment, we have connections, obviously, after 20 years with distributors.
But you'd have to negotiate each one separately for each film.
The projects we take have distribution in place. And they are sometimes a little finance, sometimes not. We've taken a project, I don't know if you've heard about The Infinite Machine, but it's a co-production with Ridley Scott, right? It's part of our pipeline here. Well, it's the story of Vitaly Buterin. It's a story through which none of us would be here for, by the way. We're all meeting thanks to Vitaly Buterin at the end of the day, and Satoshi Nakamoto. But what I would say is, this film didn't even have a script. It was based on a book. $1.7 million were raised just in a community thanks to just the idea, and the idea that people could participate in the film.
So, quick thing there, if you had to choose one, would you be a financing platform or a fan engagement platform?
A financing platform or?
A fan engagement platform, because they are fans to the Hollywood movies, right?
That's the thing. I mean, being a lawyer in Hollywood, you know that one of the big costs is what we still call print and advertising, which is the most nebulous thing in terms of accounting you can find, because it's how much do you spend to advertise the movie, right? Yep. You know, everything we see about movie. And it's very hard to quantify. So what we're doing here, in a way, we're helping lowering down the P&A costs, which help for distribution, by engaging the fans. Because do you really need a 3x4 on the street all the time to advertise a movie nowadays? I don't know. Do you need fans? Absolutely. Yes, so my answer is two-pronged. It's yes and yes.
And you mentioned there's IP, Hollywood movies and producers can test their IP before they build something or kind of create something. What's the guarantee that it actually happens, right? Fans, probably 10,000 people end up buying tickets and they're excited about the movie, but the movie drags out. Because we all know Hollywood movies is a gambling business, right?
For example, do you offer completion bonds, which are necessary in Hollywood financing?
Completion bonds are offered by institutions. I used to do it when I was in the bank, right? But completion bonds are offered by institutions who are specialized in this. We are at the first step of a three-step program. First step is hybrid. We're hybrid at the moment, right? There's no doubt about it. We still need to rely on the traditional distributors. We still need to rely on completion bonds. We can't raise more than 20% of the budget of the film so far. However, in the coming years, with stronger fan bases, and that's just where we're scaling up, and this is where we need your help to scale up. With 100,000 people, you can finance the full film. That's a no-brainer. You can engage these people. They can come on the set. They can decide which T-shirt Vitalik Buterin is going to wear on the opening scene of the film, The Infinite Machine. It's engagement. And that can change. The third aspect is how do we track expenses? And that blockchain has a great deal to work with that. We have a product in the pipeline that's called Elmis. I don't want to confuse you with that, but that's something we're thinking about.
Very quickly, so you're supposed to use NFTs as this attraction factor, which is going to bring in, community members and create a community around a certain content. Now, from my experience, NFTs are bringing in this speculatory element to the game, meaning that if you extract the speculatory element, I'm wondering how much of the genuine interest in the content is left. Meaning, is it like a healthy way to build a community around something which is speculation first, content second? Like, do you have any metrics?
That's not what we sell. We could sell the speculation. Yes, two things are very important. It's a very important question. I mean, all of them were absolutely important and crucial.
Time is up. We can't take any more of this answer.
I'll answer you in private. Absolutely.
Okay.
Anyway, if you want to know more,
thank you so much, Lumiere. Thank you.
Come and join us.
Strict timings, but thank you so much. Round
Thank
of
you.
applause, everyone, for Lumiere. I'm sure you're all making your own judgments, and it is a very tough decision for our judges. So we're going to move on to our next startup. This is 𝐂𝐲𝐬 from Switzerland, and they're the first on-chain DeFi strategies tool. So please welcome to stage 𝐂𝐲𝐬.
Hello, everybody. It's very nice to see all of you. Judges, nice to meet you. So, where are my slides? Let me orientate myself a little bit. Yeah, so what we have built, we started our journey 4 years ago. So we built the very first on-chain AI. So we are managing assets fully on-chain. So our tool, we already have a tool live since last year, June. So it works in a very simple way. I think all of you already saw that many times. You need to connect your wallets. And what we do, basically, we are trading cryptocurrencies on-chain. So yeah, at the moment, we have 10 million trading volume. We have 1.5 assets under trading. So we've grown fully organically at the moment. What we do, we are providing two products, basically. From one side, we are infrastructure product because we are providing other institutions to create their own strategies on-chain. And also, we have our own strategies. So we are offering for retail clients or for institutions to jump on board. So yeah, I already presented a little bit about infrastructure. So we are live on Binance Smart Chain, and we are building now on Arbitrum. The current strategy is already completed, so you can see it live. It generates around a little bit over 40% per year on a low-risk mode, only spot trading. And we are building now on-chain AI strategies, and yeah, we will be launching very soon on Arbitrum decentralized exchanges. That's the performance of the current strategy. So as you can see from those charts, it outperforms any standard holding strategy. If you would buy Bitcoin or Ethereum from the centralized exchange. So yeah, if we are looking into infrastructure, so as I told, we are live on Binance and soon on Arbitrum. We are building as well 𝐂𝐲𝐬𝐧, so we allow others to come and create their own strategies. For example, we have some community members coming and saying, oh, we just want to build Bitcoin and Ethereum, so we will allow them to do that. That's our competition. So if you ask me, you can compare us with Swissborg. Swissborg does yield farming. We don't do that. We just do top 50 cryptocurrencies. And you can compare, of course, us with Ribbon Finance. Ribbon Finance, we do option trading, which is quite risky, I think, and yeah, you can get liquidated. That's the token utility. We are launching a token this year. So yeah, the token is part of the ecosystem. So if you want to access more strategies, you need to buy the token. That's at different tier levels. That's a distribution of token. That's a roadmap. That's our partners, the team. We can talk about this. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Gabrielle. Thank you for an amazing presentation. We were zooming through there. So yes, let's start with our judges' questions.
Thank you. Yes, I'd like to understand more about your current fundraising. How much are you raising, and how are you going to deploy that capital?
Yeah, so in total, we are raising 3.8 million USD for all of our projects.
Simple question there.
Okay, very quickly, I'm realizing that this is very much a community-based project in terms of like taking into account the community-driven performance as one of the growth metrics. I hope you know what I mean. Are you rewarding anyhow, like those good strategists, basically outperforming other strategies on your platform? Meaning that, is it something you use in order to grow your community so that good players attract more players, and this way you have like this organic growth effect? Does it work this way? I'm just wondering.
Are you asking more about community-created strategies?
Yeah, since it's a community-driven project, like are good players somehow rewarded extra on top of the regular ones or the ones performing below a certain threshold, so that the fact that these good players are rewarded is attracting new members who would like to be rewarded in the similar way?
Yeah, if I understood your question correctly, so basically how we are attracting people to create their own strategies, we are redistributing the profits. So everyone who comes into a platform and creates their own strategy can get a profit distribution through a token. So that's one of the very big incentives for them to do that.
Thank you.
So just to add to the question, so users create the strategies. Is that right?
Correct.
And just wanted to double check, were you guys previously on Terra? Were you guys previously building on Luna, Terra Luna?
No, we are not building on Terra.
Because I've seen a 𝐂𝐲𝐬𝐴, which is automated strategy and probably similar logo on Terra. And I think now you guys moved to Arbitrum. So one quick thing there on the strategy side, if you could maybe answer that on technical level. Terra is non-EVM compatible, and now Arbitrum is EVM. So how did you guys make that move?
Yeah, very simple. Arbitrum is very great chain at the moment. It has a lot of attraction now and TVL, and we have a very good partnership at the moment with them. So that's why we are moving. We have a lot of different small projects now launching where we could integrate each other. For example, our strategies to their platforms. So yeah, that's why we are looking into Arbitrum.
Thanks. Yeah.
I want to address the token that you want to create for your company and product, because lots of companies have tokens that I think are not necessary. Do you really need a token for the functional utility of your product, or are you just having a token to provide liquidity for your founders and your early investors?
Mm-hmm. Very good question. Yeah, we need the token because we are doing a profit distribution via the token. So we need to do it using a token and on blockchain.
Why can't you do that through a stable coin or other native cryptocurrency?
It's much better to do it via token, and you can get much more attraction of a community since it's community-driven product. So it's very important to have a token and redistribute the profits via this way.
Are you going to register the token under securities laws in any jurisdiction?
No, in any way. It's utility token.
Even though it's a profit participation? even though it's designed to be a profit participation for your community?
Yeah, but it's a utility token. We are building this as entirely as a utility token. That's very, very important. We don't want to be flagged as a security token in any way.
Okay, is that it, judges? I think that is all. So thank you so much, 𝐕𝐸𝐲. Big round of applause for 𝐕𝐸𝐲. Thank you. That was our third startup pitch, which means we've only got 3 more remaining, which is exciting. 3 more projects to hear about. So our next company is MetaPax from Lithuania, and we have 𝐂𝐤𝐬𝐧. This is a social platform version of 3.0 for real-time first-person view streaming.
Hello everybody, my name is Yuri and today I will represent you MetaPax. It is innovational social media network which allows everybody to monetize their time by streaming and using variable devices, like for example these glasses. So it's very handy for streamers to use such devices because their hands are free and I can use them. Just playing piano or cooking or showing you something. Is it comfortable? Right. And also it's comfortable for people who watch the stream because they will see your stream from the most native angle of view, from the eyes of the streamer. Also, it is useful in business. Just imagine that you are a business person and you are working in real estate. You can hire different agents, send them to different points, give them these glasses, and they will appear in different places, showing you what they see on the MetaPax platform website, and you can see these screens and save your time deciding want you buy or not this object. By the way, MetaPax has already different contracts. One of them is with Barcelona team, and Barcelona can monetize also the processes before and the processes after the games they have by using football players, coaches, and even football fans making broadcasts and live streams in their lives. And this will become a bridge between Web 2.0 and Web 3.0 because people, fans, will follow their stars and start streaming and start selling it one-to-one. Because MetaPax also has token, and now it is a private token sale. Only 4% of token supply can be offered and can be bought. Here we have 𝐬𝐸𝐲. He's a co-founder. You can find him here and ask him more questions about it. Now, if I understand how it works, I want to show you the video, but it's difficult. Oh, yeah. Okay. No, it doesn't work. Okay. So, I can invite 𝐬𝐸𝐲 here, and he will help me to answer the questions because he's co-founder and technical part.
Perfect. Well, the time is up. Why don't we let the judges try on some of the glasses
I wanted
as well?
to show. I wanted to watch you. To show you the video, and it doesn't work. I don't know.
No, it's fine. Just showcase the glasses as well. Let's make sure everyone can see what they look like. And it's question time.
Yeah, okay.
So, judges, what questions do you have?
Yeah, thank you. I think it's a great concept. My only concern is competition in the space. So GoPro, Instagram is also working with Ray-Bans, I believe, or Meta or Facebook is. So just how are you going to address that? Because hardware is quite complicated to produce and make sure it works.
Can you repeat the last part?
I'm saying since it's a hardware play, I think there's a lot of competition coming in the space. So I'm just wondering how you're going to address that.
Okay. The point is that this company is moving from the future, and big players like Apple, Google, and others, they will create these devices in future, and the phones will be changed on them. So the main product here is not variable devices. Yeah, they will be, but the most profitable product is the platform. And people who will be in the platform to this time when Apple and Google will release their products, and we'll be ready for it.
All right. So what is your expected user adoption rate in terms of a number, and how have you come up with a number?
Okay. I can say not numbers, I can say the way. It is the way through the celebrities. As I told before, that there is a contract already with football club Barcelona. It's one of the biggest clubs. And now the founders are in negotiations with different other, not only football clubs, also NHL and other sports. So they will come through sport, because if you see the life of any star, any coach, any football player, and if you are a fan, you will start maybe using this platform to start streaming these videos, and for example, fan clubs will make their own page and start streaming also. Then single people start streaming simple people, and it will be mass adoptive because this platform is using the token.
Do you have a number in mind?
Do we have a number of
the user adoption rate? How many users out of what number adopts the solution?
Okay, yeah. The first year, MetaPax planned to attract around 1 million subscribers to the platform, because only Barcelona has 420 million.
What's your estimated production cost to make 1 million hardware units? And do you have the capital for that?
Estimate of token?
No, cost of making 1 million glasses, and do you have the capital for that?
Correct me, did I understand right? How do we plan to make these glasses, and how many costs we need?
How much does it cost? Yes.
Now we can produce 1,200 glasses in a month. The final price for the consumer, it is $600, and self cost, it is $450 per one glass.
Okay. One last quick question from me. Which blockchain protocols or tokens, if more than one, are you using to send the payments to the users, and are they scalable enough to handle a large volume of micro payment transactions, small payments with very, very low fees?
The main protocol will be BNB, and inside the platform they will be cross-chain using different platforms.
Thanks for the pitch. Yeah, definitely an interesting concept.
Excuse me, can you please?
Yeah, sure. So you mentioned it's $600 per glass, right? Don't you think that overcomplicates things where people and creators are more comfortable with mobile phones and GoPros, which they can buy easily?
These glasses are very fast giving you money back, because you can rent your time, you can give your time for a rent, you can give this glass for a rent. It's different models of revenue using them.
That is time now. Sorry guys, you have
Yeah,
finished.
if you want to ask us more questions, we're here, just find us.
Yes,
Thank
thank you so much, MetaPax. A huge round of applause for MetaPax, please. Wow, it's definitely getting intense now. We've had some great projects on stage. We only have 2 more left. So our next startup pitch is going to be by Tradeleaf, who are from my native town. Yes, that's the United Kingdom. So welcome to stage, Tradeleaf.
Well, technically I'm from New York, but we're incorporated in the UK.
I don't know why it said United Kingdom. I think it was just looking at me.
So $1.7 trillion. Big amount. This is exactly how much small businesses need today to fund their trading operations. Just simply buying and selling goods. 1.7 trillion they need, and they cannot get it. Hence, Tradeleaf. We are, DeFi community calls us fiat guys. So we are from traditional finance, coming into the Web3 and blockchain and digital finance. And we're bringing the biggest market there is. 30 trillion in annual volume, that's global trade. And 1.7 is what we're going to focus on today. So Tradeleaf is all-in-one global trade supermarket where buyers and sellers can meet. You can post your buy order or sell order, and we can match you there. We earn a fee, a matchmaking fee for that. But then we'll also bring a liquidity provider there. Banks, financial companies, trade finance companies, and crypto. So any digital asset you have, you can lock on the platform. We use that as collateral, and we fund real-world transactions, and we earn a fee for that. So it works as follows. You have liquidity providers, where traditional could be banks, could be financial companies, but also you have crypto liquidity providers who can lock their crypto assets, mostly stable coins for now, and earn 1% plus per month on funding real-world transactions. So actually, you will use your crypto, and it will fund transaction, let's say t-shirts going from Bangladesh to Canada, or rice from China to Dubai. And in addition to that, we provide additional services like expert advice, due diligence, credit scoring, as well as removal of paperwork, because trade finance right now is very old school. It takes 30 to 40 days to simply send documents back and forth, and we're digitizing that. So we have our own utility token, which you can use to pay for services. In order to lock your digital assets, you have to have TLF token to access the lending pools, and other utilities are here. Platform fees and referrals. We offer very good incentive for TLF holders, as well as regular financial providers. We have finished our MVP. We have already deals that are happening. Last year, we did deals for over $600 million. That's all our liquidity providers that are joining our platform. These are the companies that used to be my competitors, and we turned them into our partners.
Time is up. I think I already can predict Jimmy's definitely going to be asking about the token. Is there a need for the token? But anyway, let's start this side. Let's start with your questions, then we have enough time.
What would you say is your biggest challenge, and how are you tackling it?
So the biggest challenge at the moment is finding partners who will actually accept crypto as collateral. There are very few companies, very few crypto banks that are comfortable with that. But we're expanding that network, and we already have people who are doing that.
Quick question. With a cashback utility, like, would you still claim that it's a purely utility token with some security elements, or it's actually a security token you're using? And then if yes, where it's regulated?
We have received the legal opinion that it's a utility token, but eventually I think we'll come to the point, according to SEC guidelines, that we might need to register as security. But for now, we're sticking to the utility.
So you operate without any regulation, basically, in terms of
at the moment, yes, because we're using mostly as a payment for certain services. But once you have profit participation, it automatically triggers the security.
Okay.
Quick thing there. So when it comes to trade finance, and you mentioned that you were working with crypto-friendly banks, it seems that market is fading away from the last couple of weeks. What's happened in this space? So why not just remove the token and just work with stable coins directly and create an ecosystem out of that?
We are using mostly stable tokens to fund the trade transactions, but we have existing credit lines with banks such as Standard Chartered Bank, Development Bank Singapore, because I've been in this space for 10 years. We're just adding right now crypto element, putting everything on the chain to have more efficient and more transparent transactions.
But can you give cash back in stablecoin as well? I mean, if you remove the token completely and do everything on-chain, fully verifiable, can you do the entire business on stables? You could.
We do due diligence on all the funds.
So yes, our host was right. I'm going to ask you two questions. First, do you really need your separate token, or is it just to provide liquidity for
That's the
you
argument
and your
we've been having
investors?
with our team. I'm in favor of having at least some kind of utility token because we provide a lot of services within the platform, due diligence, expert advice.
Do you need a token for that, or can't you use existing cryptocurrencies and tokens for the payouts?
We can, but like as you see, look what happened with USDC or Luna. Like we can have a stable token, but tomorrow it collapses. Like we want to make sure that our DeFi guys have maybe we'll do our own stable token. That's one of the options we're considering.
And my second question is, since you're trying to provide a marketplace for all trade finance assets, how are you going to gain track? Which sectors are you going to concentrate on at the beginning? Because you can't get all this liquidity and all these assets all at once. What's your startup plan and which areas are you going to target? And do you have the relationships to get those kind of assets onto this platform?
Right. So at the moment we have over 1,000 clients who've been working with for the past decade. So we're bringing them on the platform. We don't deal with perishable goods, obviously. We don't deal with sanctioned countries. But normally we're industry agnostic. You have a deal, you have a buyer, you have a liquidity provider who's willing to finance it. We do the deal and we collect the fee. That's pretty much it.
Wonderful. I think that's all of our questions concluded. So thank you so much, Tradeleaf. It's
Thank
been
you,
a
guys.
pleasure.
Join the Tradeleaf revolution.
Thank you. Ooh, well, I hope you guys in your head are thinking about who you want to be the winner. But we have one last startup pitch for you. This is 𝐂𝐫𝐚𝐳𝐢𝐴. They are a blockchain-powered jadeite economy.
Hi everyone, my name's Will. I'm a mining guy, but not the kind of mining you're used to. I spent half my life digging crap out of the ground, so I'm going to tell you about it. All right, so our company is called 𝐳𝐸 and also 𝐳𝐸. 𝐳𝐸 is a company that financed the largest jade mine in the world to go into production. As a result of that, we've secured 25 million kilograms of jade gemstones worth over $1 billion at a discount of over 90%. Between us and our partners, the mine, we actually have enough jade to supply the entire world market for 7 years. So it's a huge amount of jade. This is where 𝐳𝐸 comes in. 𝐳𝐸 is a platform that we want to use to grow our share of the marketplace by allowing people to own jade in a tokenized format, whether it be through fungible tokens or NFTs. Let me just tell you a little bit about jade. Probably you're aware, it's a green stone that comes from, that's very popular in China. It's a $50 billion market, and it's bigger than the diamond trade in China. Unfortunately, all of the jadeite in the world comes from Burma, and it's a human and environmental disaster. We, on the other hand, with our partners, have the first large-scale, ethically sourced jade mine in the world. Here you can see the average price for the material that we have access to is about $600 a kilo, and we're presently buying at $7 on average. So why 𝐳𝐸? Well, as I said, we have a lot of jade. So in order to sell a lot of jade, we need to come up with innovative ways to do that. 𝐳𝐸 is a way that people can own jade, trade jade, store jade on the blockchain. In order to encourage a community of people to do that, we're making $150 million of jade available for people who can come onto the platform, lend stable coins, and earn tokenized jade, i.e. lend $1,000, get your $1,000 back in a year's time, and get $250 of tokenized jade on top of that. In order to take part in the process of 𝐳𝐸, to be a part of it, in order to be able to lend money and get all the benefits, you're going to have to be a citizen of 𝐳𝐸, so this is a bit of fun that we dreamt up with the ancient tribe of the Jadeites. Each jadeite citizen will be matched with a physical piece of jade. The only way you'll be able to get your physical piece of jade is you actually have to burn your character. So there's a bit of a dilemma there. In terms of the value that we're going to create through Jade Vault and all of the tokens that will come off that, we're aiming to generate about $130 per share over 4 years. And right now, a share costs about $5. So there you go. That's it.
Amazing. Thank you for finishing early. Someone that doesn't keep going and going. You got straight to the point. That's Jade City. Okay, judges, the last of your questions.
I think in this case, I mean, transparency and auditing are those things that you're looking at, and how are you going to give that credibility to the market?
So credibility to the Jade market?
I mean, like in terms of auditing how much you have in your vault.
Oh, okay, yeah. So all of our Jade, essentially the NFTs that are backed by Jade, that Jade is actually going to be held in Dubai with a third party, possibly SGS. And then every 6 months, there will be like random sampling. So let's say there's 1,000 NFTs, 300 will be random sampled, checked in stores, make sure the physical asset's there. Audit will be written, audit will be available in Jade City.
Okay, so as with any other real asset pegged digital asset, we need the real asset to present a good opportunities for speculation. And what I'm actually missing here, or maybe I just haven't noticed it, like how the Jade market looks like what does it make it a good investment asset? Like you have gold with a growing demand and lowering supply, let's say. Is it the same case happening with Jade?
Yeah, so it's mainly a Chinese market, right? And it's huge there. Like I said, it's bigger than the diamond market. In the rest of the world, we use store of value assets like gold, maybe one day Bitcoin. But we use these as store of value. In China, Jade is a store of value. There was actually an article in the Financial Times in August last year, and literally the title was, Chinese investors move away from property and into jadeite as a store of value. So the answer is yes, that's what it does. But it's also beautiful, and it's jewelry, and the demand is growing massively right now. And supply is dropping.
So in dollar terms, what's the market size? Like, I'm a bit unaware of the Jade market.
It's not the most transparent market, as you can imagine. There is data to say there was online trade, I think of $38 billion in 2021 in China alone. Then on top of that, how much is the offline trade? Maybe double that. It's a big market.
And how is the market structured? Is it more merchant focused or is it consumer focused? As in, how does Jade get distributed from the refiner to the merchant, or is it direct to consumer?
So traditionally, it was quite a sort of underground market inside China. That does seem to be changing now. A lot more of it's online. So it's really just like big online e-commerce stores distributing it.
Okay.
Let me walk through how the money is made in this chain. You've got jade coming out of this mine source. You're tokenizing it, and then you're going to store the jade?
Jade Vault
Yes.
firstly takes the jade out and cuts it into blocks.
And
that brings up value.
So you're going to store it and then tokenize the stored jade. Is that right?
We'll tokenize some of it, yes. Some of it will trade and some will tokenize. In terms of how the money's made, we're allowing the community to get in on the value chain, i.e. they lend money, we use that money to mine more and process it, and then you upgrade the value, you give them a little bit of the profit, and you keep a lot of it for
from
the
the
protocol
sold
itself.
jade. But then the stored jade that's in a vault is tokenized?
Not all of it, no. Some of it remains just in the limited company. Some of it's tokenized. It doesn't all need to be tokenized.
Once there's a token of the jade that's stored, is there a trading marketplace for that? Like, what do I do once I have a jade token?
Why do you want to have a jade token?
Yeah, like what do I do with the jade token, with the tokenized jade that's
So
stored?
let's say it's more of like a B2B thing. So let's say you're in the business, you need large jade blocks for your factory or something like that. You can go to Burma and buy it, but it's not the easiest thing to do at the moment. So this is a much more accessible way where you can come onto the blockchain, you can get all the information, it's all transparent. One token is 1 gram. So let's say you need a block that's 10,000 grams or 10 kilos. You collect your tokens, you turn it into a 10-kilo block. You'll mint an NFT, which is the block. Then you can either trade the block, or you can burn the NFT and take delivery of the physical block, bring it to your factory, or we will process it for you into finished products, and you can take it to your store.
Why do you need to tokenize the jade then? Can't you just trade the physical jade at that point?
Well, this is the thing, is because of the amount of jade that we have, if we were to put all of our jade onto the market in one go, we'd collapse the jade market. So we're looking at a way to expand our market. So by making it more accessible as a store of value product for people, that's one thing for retail, and then also making it more attractive for businesses who need raw jade for processing by giving them access through the blockchain, transparency, the easiness of trading of NFTs. Just makes the whole thing more simple.
Just one last. Okay.
We have 3, 2, 1. That is, time is up. That was our final startup pitch. Thank you so much,
Guys,
Jade
thanks.
City. Judges, I mean, have you made your deliberations? Have you started your voting? I can see you're all looking very pensive, trying to work out what you're going to do with your voting. So I'll give you a few seconds. Let's also maybe turn it to the audience. Let's see if any of you guys were thinking particularly for over one startup pitch for another. So let's actually have a run through of our startup pitch. What would you have voted for? How about Mobify? Hands up if you would have voted for Mobify. Okay. And what about our next startup, Lumiere? Oh, I see one hand. That's better than nothing, so we'll go with that. 𝐂𝐲𝐻𝐿. Guys, were you even watching the startup pitch? Maybe some of you came in late because there's not many votes going on out here. Okay, what about MetaPax? Okay. Tradeleaf. Of course, we've got one hand up at the back there. And Jade City. Oh, okay, I see some hands up. There you go. You guys were listening towards the end, just maybe missed a little bit in the middle. Well, at least some of you were listening. That's the most important thing. I hope the whole time you were really considering if there was any potentials you could work with any of the startups on our stage. Today, the AIBC is all about networking, meeting interesting people, finding out about concepts in this incredible industry which you could be part of. The blockchain industry is about expanding. We are one big community, so we really need to reach out to each other, see how we can help each other, give people advice. It's really important in this space. That's why we have judges on the stage who are here to give their feedback and to allow people to learn from it. If people don't win today, it doesn't mean in the future they can't look at their concept, take the feedback, and come back bigger and better than ever. So we are currently counting the votes. Okay, can we get a round of applause for our judges as well? Please, let's have a big round of applause for our judges. That is Kareem, Yurek, Karan and Jimmy. They have been fantastic. You guys kept going with the questions. I mean, listening to 6 pitches is quite a lot in one go. So the fact you guys didn't give up and say, my pen's not working, I'm off, is quite surprising. So yeah, it really is a pleasure to be here with you all. This is going to be such an incredible event. Obviously, AIBC is continuing tomorrow. We have Gary V on stage very, very soon. I can imagine you are all extremely excited about that. We have panel discussions, we have fireside chats. There's so many different things going on outside. It's incredible what's going on. I've never seen so many amazing booths. So please do roam around, get chatting to everyone that's out there. We have our startup areas. There is so much going on. There's so much to listen to, so much advice to take on board. So just be excited to be here. It's great that we've all congregated here in Dubai. It's a place of innovation, and we really want you all to feel like that. We want you to step outside and see how much effort every project has put into captivating you all, to making you all see their vision, because in this space we all have vision. We all ultimately have a very similar goal. We are just going on our own diverging paths that we hope all cross into creating a huge community and an amazing industry. Okay, so the votes are still being counted. maybe it was a very close voting system. I know out there it was very one-sided on your personal votes, but for us, it might have been a very, very difficult decision for our judges, and our judges don't know what each other voted for either. So we're going to find out who the winner is very shortly, and we'll be inviting them to stage, and they're going to get our delightful awards. For those of you that were at the awards last night, you would have seen me on stage hosting the awards, giving out the exact same award to some incredible established companies, and today we're going to be giving it to a startup company. So let me see when I can get the votes in. Is someone counting? Maybe maths is a bit difficult today. I feel like it's hit the afternoon, everyone's ready for their lunch break. They're not quite ready. Oh, yes, is that the look of a vote coming in? So I'm going to invite to stage Lana from Cointelegraph, who is the sponsor of this great contest, and she's going to be helping me to deliver the awards. And in front of me, I'm finding out the winner. Wow, okay. Well, I know the winner. I'm the only one here that knows the winner. So, the winner of our AIBC Startup Pitch 2023
Wait.
is...
Now we need to check first how is everyone feeling before we know the results. So I don't see these happy faces. Yeah, yeah. So now the winner is...
Who wants to say the winner? Shall I say it? It is Tradeleaf. Please come to stage, Tradeleaf.
Congratulations. Yeah. Few words and then I will tell what the price is.
Was it 350 or 35?
Not 300. So let me introduce myself, just a few words. So guys, I'm from Cointelegraph. I hope you're reading us. I'm a CEO of Cointelegraph Global, and it's a pleasure actually to see the winner here and to be part of your success, especially like it's Cointelegraph Acceleration. We just launched it this year, and we are happy to support all the startups on the early stage so that your success goes up and all your ideas, they come true. So once we launch it, you will obviously be connected to my team, and then we will make sure that you have a proper native advertising and Cointelegraph. So once again, congratulations, obviously to you and your team, because I believe there are lots of work behind. So a few words, please.
Thank you, judges. Thank you. It's an honor. We're working hard to help small businesses around the world get out of this gap.
Amazing.
Thank you.
$35,000 grant as well. That is incredible.
Yeah,
amazing.
It's a grant.
Congratulations,
yes.
Everyone. A round of applause for Tradeleaf. Take it away.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, let's not forget the trophy.
Yes, the most important thing actually. That's the moment. Yeah, to feel. Oh, it's quite heavy actually.
It's heavy. Is it made of jade?
It was a winner. It's quite heavy. Yeah. Congratulations. Yeah. I believe fun photo together.
Amazing. We're going to get some pictures. We get pictures with the judges as well. Can we all have a big
have
team picture
together
with our incredible judges?
You in the middle is the winner, obviously.
Amazing. A round of applause. One more round of applause for our judges, our winner, Tradeleaf. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. I will take my...
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy the rest of AIBC Dubai. Like I mentioned before, there's still so much to come. You are going to be spoiled with panel discussions, with incredible booths, and so much more. I'm sure there's going to be so many crazy after parties as well, because who doesn't love a party in this industry? I've been Lily Dowse, your host of the Startup Pitch. It's been an absolute pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your day.